What's a song that, no matter how many times you hear it, you never get tired of? Jimi Hendrix Voodoo Chili. My parents own the record. I'm middle-aged, and it's always been part of my life. Yeah, every time I hear it, it's like the first time. It's you too. DQFFNLYBFEIE. CBT Opt UZ6DP9 MoGLX. Delibs Flower Duet. I still can't believe those are human voices. They sound like they're Emmons. White Flag Dido. I don't listen to any other Dido songs, but for some reason I can listen to this on repeat and never get bored. No matter what I'm feeling, I'm always ready to belt this song at the top of my lungs. It also hits so perfectly when my depression gets to its lowest. Ugh. What a song. Any song by Yuru. Listening to pretty much everything she has on repeat for like 3 years now. Lately obsessed with the songs Positive New Boo, Landmark and Hokusakirai. Also, dedicated to Moonlight. What Angel Wakes Me answers Flow in the Balance, all from Final Fantasy XIV. I sing Steps 567 A to my co-worker often because one of the member lives in Feihe town I work in and visits my work often. It also gives me college nostalgia as my friend Guru would dance to it as we walked to our usual hangout after classes finished. I have a Spotify playlist right now populated only by songs that I am always in the mood to listen to. If a song ever comes on, and I don't feel like listening to it, I take it off the list. The playlist is currently about 12 hours long. I once listened to Gangnam Style on repeat for 24 hours straight, on purpose, of my own volition. No dare. No bet. Just me doing a thing because I wanted to ... There are songs I could listen to forever, but that one kinda stuck with me. E-Tail ruined a lot of songs for me, with the following exceptions, because they were always played late night. Turn the Page Bob Seger. That's all Genesis. Holding On to Yesterday Ambrosia. A more recent one, that Am I Dreaming from the Spider-Verse movie. It's such a good song, but listening to it at the end of the film is just one of the best experiences I've ever had. The film seared into my heart though. Epic by Faith No More, it's unskippable. And when it pops up on shuffle, not only do I have to listen to the whole thing, but I usually end up listening to it twice in a row. Not bad for a song that came out in 1989. Blitzkrieg Bop Ramones. It's just fantastic for all occasions. I could be burning in a dumpster fire, but if that song was playing on a passing car's radio, I could still say I'm having a great time. Butterfly from Digimon. Japanese or English fan translations. I don't understand the Japanese one, but I still understand the message, which is kept very well in a lot of fan translations I listen to. Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. It reminds me of my grandmother who passed recently, and since my playlist is always on shuffle, I feel like she's saying hi when it comes on. Intel Player's Anthem I Choose You by UGK Feet, Outcast. Pimp C coming in after Andre's intro is one of the greatest transitions ever recorded. The music video is equally great. So many come to mind. Those that popped into my head. Bridge Over Troubled Water. The Boxer SG. Sweet Dreams Are Made of This Eurythmics. Loneliness Annie Lennox. What Is Love by Hathaway. The music video is pretty insane. It's like an hour and a half long and features famous actors like Will Ferrell and Michael Clarke. Duncan, Because You Live by Jesse McCartney. It was that one song that really helped me through my depression years ago, so it'll always have a special place in my heart. Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. Watching the Assassin's Creed 3 trailer with that song behind it makes me want to kill the English. Hypothetically, of course, I gravitate towards jazz with questions like this, and to tracks in particular Dave Brubeck Quartet's Take 5 and Oscar Peterson's Hymn to Freedom. Baby Shark. Hate Me If You Want. I think it slaps. Good thing too. I've heard it once a day for the past 18 months. I sing in the stupid voices too. Absinthe Party at the Fly Honey Warehouse by Minus the Bear. Blew my mind when I was like 15, and still amazing today, this day in my opinion. To Who Are You? Oingo Boingo Only a Lad. Till Could Be Wrong. Simon and Garfunkel Bridge Over Troubled Water. I'm sure there are more. Canon in D will never be a hackneyed wedding march to me. Always an anthem to dawn and hope and breathless optimism. I love it. In Ontario, if you win a lottery ticket, the machine they check them on plays a little victory song. I want to hear it just once, damn it. Everybody wants to rule the world, Tears for Fears, or I want Toad the Wet Sprocker. In Your Eyes, Peter Gabriel, Lay James. I have been on a Jefferson airplane, Jefferson Starship binge this week. No Way Out has been going through my mind today. Salisbury Hill, Peter Gabriel. It's somehow woven into almost all of my Pandora stations, even though they're very different. Creep by Radiohead. Water's Edge by Seven Mary 3. Possum Kingdom by the Toadies. I never change the song when it's one of these. Ride With Me by Nelly. It always takes me back to driving around in my early 20s with little stress and just feeling the moment. Happy by Pharrell Williams, not my favorite song in the world, but I like it a lot and it can change my whole mood to positive. Ugly by Trinidad James. God Made You Ugly, Bitch You Ugly. Ugly. If my baby come out ugly, I'll still love it at my baby. Geek USA by Smashing Pumpkins. Roots, Bloody Roots by Sepultura. Nativity in Black by Black Sabbath. Alive by Pearl Jam. The Last 5 Years of My Life. And I Love Her, The Beatles. The Last 20 or so years of my life, Respiration, Black Star. Nobody here has seen these songs, but give it at least one listen. It's Vindicated Dashboard Confessional. I remember hearing it the first time in the theater when I watched Spider-Man 2. I had a good time by Boston, though. It could be because it isn't anywhere beyond YouTube, so I can't overplay it. Zombie by the Cranberries. In Northern Irish, and my parents lived through the Troubles. It hits super hard for me. McCrowley by Ozzy Osbourne. I love the song, and could listen to Randy Rhoads playing those solos all day long. The Canadian Railway Trilogy by Gordon Lightfoot. I love the lush imagery of the lyrics and the tempo changes. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Can't get enough of Chocolate Starfish's live cover of the Bat Out of Hell album. Saved by Your Sigh. Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World, Into the Mystic. So many I could go on and on. When the Levee Breaks, Led Zeppelin. I have heard it a million times and it's still the epitome of cool vibes. Groove is in the Heart, D Light. The Reflex, Duran Duran. Desperado Eagles and Clint Black versions. Howl by Florence and the Machine. It's been in my top 25 most played. Usually in the top 5 since like 2013. Baker Rafferty. Brings me back to my first love when I was in the AF. Wonderful Memories. Lovely by Billie Eilish is the most beautiful song to ever grace the earth. She was also just 17 years old. Right now it's The Death of Peace of Mine by Bad Omens. I've gotten into them a lot over the past months. Open Arms, this was my high school song with my then girlfriend 40 years ago. And we still talk to this day. 1. Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. 2. No Siguen Pagondo Abajo by Charlie Garcia. 3. Case of You by Joni Mitchell. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Yellow Lead Butter, especially any of the live versions, because Eddie never sings it the same way twice. Life in a Northern Town Dream Academy. It evokes bittersweet memories and is hauntingly beautiful. Enter Sandman, Metallica. Even though Disposable Heroes is my favorite, Sandman always feels fresh. I Have a Few. Mystery by Turnstile. Halloween by Gaslight Anthem. I Know the End by Phoebe Bridgers. Dream On, Aerosmith, and surprisingly, Charlotte Martin's cover of Just Like Heaven. It Moves Me. My Ordinary Life by The Living Tombstone. Meaning behind the lyrics is dark, but I love it so much. Anything Panic at the Disco from their albums Vices and Virtues. And A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Don't Go by the Hothouse Flowers. I could live without the sax solo, but this song is so good. I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, The Proclaimers. American Pie, Don McLean. Fat Bottom Girls Queen. Macklemore's Hits. Thrift Shop, Downtown. Can't Hold Us, etc. Such high energy and good feels. God Hates a Coward by Tomahawk. The live version, watch it on YouTube and be weirdly amazed. Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. Something about it that just really warms the heart. New Rose by The Damned. Such a pickup song. Brandy Looking Glass. It's like Star-Lord's dad said it might be the greatest song on earth. Death Loves Veronica Fuck Like Me. Life Eternal by Swedish band Ghost. Sober by Tool. Sober Tool 1993. The Sun Always Shines on TV by How. Reflector Arcade Fire. Heard it thousands of times and it gets better with every listen. Paradise by the Dashboard Light. But I can listen to anything done by Meatloaf forever. Nutshell. Alice in Chains, actually. I don't get tired of anything by Alice in Chains. Bartender by T-Pain. Reminds me of a great time in my life, and it's a fantastic song. This Will Be Our Year by the Zombies. Catchy, upbeat, and beautiful in every way. Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. Love that song, and will never get tired of hearing it. Room to Breathe, Charles First. All the Things I've Done, The Killers. Nights in White Satin, The Moody Blues. Unchained Melody, The Righteous Brothers. A close second is Red Wine Up 40. Dark Side of the Moon entire album Pink Floyd. Counting Stars, One Republic. Tester Right Now for Me. Valhalla by Yame. Ghosts and Stuff by Deadmau5. This Must Be the Place by the Talking Heads. Most Beautiful Melody Ever Written. Regulate. Warren G. Amish Paradise, Weird Al. On a Boat. Lonely Island. Copacabana. Hangar 18 by Megadeth. OK Go to Job Simulator. Go to Night Shift on Chef. There is a really good song. All I Want a Day to Remember. Takes me right back to my teenage angst phase.